After fiddling around a little bit with all this, I decided that the easiest way will be to clog the motor. I disassembled this piece of the motor assembly, let's call it. So as of now the motor is mounted like this. I will wait a second. So I left this piece of paper scotch, so it will be easier to work with it. Here is a screw that I use to hold the motor on this plate. What I decided to do is to clog this motor a little bit here, but I will need to drill some additional holes. Actually, I believe 4 of them, so I will need 2 holes to hold the motor itself in place after it's clogged. And now I'm using this hole to screw the big plate, this one, to this little plate. So that one screw directly holds this plate and the motor itself, and here I'm using some spacer. So now I will have to re-drill the hole, I believe in this piece and in this mount. After I clog the motor, or perhaps I will use some another hole. First I will need to drill additional holes, and after it will be easier to decide what should I do next. Yes guys, some geometry lesson and useful tip for doing the same. If you need to clog the motor as I need to do it, there is some tip for you how to do it in easier way. As you can see, we have this stock pattern for the holes on the motor. It's 6 holes around the center, and the distance from the center of the shaft to the center of the hole is equal for all of them, and the distance between two holes is also the same as the distance between this center and the center of the hole. So it's like basic geometry from the school. So anyway, to do it easier, you just need to decide the angle you would like to clog the motor. Put the first hole, not the hole. So first, what you should do, you just decide the angle, then draw. For instance, we decided that this will be the first hole, so we will clog the motor from this position to this position, like, I don't know, 30 degrees, let's call it, doesn't matter. So we clogged the motor and see this hole on the top. So our next step, we have already this plate, and here's the center of the motor, let's say. And as I already told, we decided that the first hole will be on top. So we draw like a point here, draw the line from this point to the center of the motor, like this. After that, we'll take some ruler or caliper and measure the distance from the center of the shaft to the center of the hole. Try to do it kind of precise, it will be easier the following process. So I measured 12.5. What we have to do now is just, we have this line, we just measure this distance from center, mark the hole, drill the hole. Next, we can draw this line further down here, mark it, again drill the hole. Now, as for the next hole, so we have this one here, and we need to draw the second one here. Actually, we will have many variants how to do it, but as for, I believe, the easiest one, we can measure this distance again, something like this, yeah. Put some kind of dot here, somewhere here, and next, using this also this distance that we already have, put it in the center of this hole, and kinda draw like half circle maybe using this one, and you will see when this intersect with this point, it's the place where we should drill the hole. It's easier to do with circle drawer, you can do it the same way, or maybe just using your eye. I believe some of you can do it without the precise measurement tools. So anyway, when we pointed, when we found the location of the second hole, we can drill it, then draw a line through the center here, draw again this point, drill a hole, and do it further with the other ones if we need them. I will mount the motor using only 2 holes, so I believe this 1, 2, 3 holes will be enough for me, maybe. Or maybe I should drill some additional ones. I will check and let you know a little bit later. Okay, I drilled some holes that I needed. So now it looks like this, a lot of holes. Actually, I didn't need these holes from this side because the spur gear covers all of this, so I cannot use any screw here. But anyway, I did them from all sides. Who knows, maybe in the future I will need them. So now I'm going to assemble it all back and check what we've got, and also I removed the piece of aluminum here up front, so it will be a little bit easier to install the motor mount complete assembly. Anyway, now I will proceed with assembling of the motor mount and tranny of camera, because it's hard to do it and film simultaneously, and I will show you the end result. Assembled the motor with the motor mount, screwed them together, so now looks like this. We have 3 points that hold 2 pieces of the motor blade together, so 1 point is here, the second one is here, and the third one is the screw that is directly holds the motor and 2 plates, because here on the bottom we don't have appropriate space to drill a hole here, and there is no possibility to use this hole in the motor, because it interferes with the spur gear. So now we have this kind of 3-point mounting. I recommend do at least 3 points, because 2 points is not enough. Also, when you're going to repeat this kind of build after me, please make sure that all your holes are aligned perfectly, otherwise you will have to file them a little bit, to play with these spacers and shims and stuff to make motor and train parallel to each other for the perfect gap and smooth operation. Otherwise you will have like the axle of the not axle but the axis of input shaft and axis of motor not parallel, and it will do some kind of it can do some damage to the tiny bearings or to the motor bearing. You can get the wear of the spur gear, for instance. So please be patient and pay enough attention for alignment of the motor and the tranny. Okay, now as for positioning it on the chassis, I chopped a piece of mount, but it helps a little bit anyway. We'll have to use some force to install it here. Okay, now it's in place. Next, what I need to do is to screw it to all these mounts. I believe I will use 2 screws for beginning, and after that we can see what we get as a result. And yeah, I will put it on. Okay. Yes, if some of you have some experience in this kind of builds, please leave me a comment how to do it easy and maybe not as inconvenient as I do. So I would like to hear from you, and maybe I would like you to share your experience with me, because it's my first build of that kind. And for now I'm lacking experience. Okay, now the train is in place. Sits good. As I wanted it to be. Now let's try to put a body on and see what we've got here. We will have the stance that we needed. And yes, now the body sits as I wanted it to. You can see, so now it lands perfectly as I wanted. So here, like without the motor, so everything is in its place. Okay, up front the body sits in the middle like it intended, so no additional difficulties, I believe. Okay, next step is to to fabricate some servo mounts. It's next kind of hard step. So now we can say that transmission mounting is ready. So the current layout will be like this. Motor here in front mounted transmission, looks like this. It will be like this. So now I need to fabricate some servo mount to solve all the clearance issues. So the servo bar will be placed like this, here up front. I believe it will be enough free space for the full steering from left to right. I also trim this servo horn a little bit to gain more clearance on the sides, and I didn't need that long servo horn. The short one will be enough for me. So the plan is to position the servo like this, over here, near the motor, and the servo horn, when the servo turns, will go into this free space in the frame rail, partially. So I believe I will have enough steering throw to control the vehicle, because now it looks like it's plenty of room for the servo movement. It's for that where I will hold it somewhere here with a zip tie maybe. Now I will use some plate here, I don't know, as a cover for the spur gear, and that prevents this wire from getting into the spur. As for the front, I will also need to check how the servo fits under the body, because it can interfere with the body post. Like so we will have the same issue like with the motor. But anyway, first I need to install the servo here. After it, we will check clearance with the body, and after that I will decide how I should act with all of this. As for servo placement, it will be the next series, I believe. I will try to film it and upload more faster maybe than this one. But actually this one was kinda hard, because first I needed to think it over, then do some templates and stuff, and after all of that only install, check, adjust, fabricate once again, and everything else. Okay guys, thank you for your time, thank you for tuning in. Please feel free to leave some comments, maybe you have some additions, maybe some advices, or maybe some appropriate experience with this kind of builds. I definitely will read all of them, answer what I can answer. Please hit a like button or dislike button if you will. Please subscribe if you haven't already, it will support the channel. Okay, have a good day or good night, I don't know. Have a nice time. Thank you, bye bye.